here in New York City, the help is here.
When I first started working at a shelter, there was a child who was getting abused from her mother. And, we had to call the Administration for Children's Services and put in the report. And they actually took the child from the mom. And I felt bad at first, but it really made me realize I was an advocate for the child and it was the best thing. She was severely abusing her. So, you have to build up your strength and making you realize like what you believe in. And even though, I felt bad for the mom, I also know in the bigger picture, like it really struck me like, all right, I really need to help the generation coming up that we can break certain cycles that are just not helping the family stay together.
My first experience regarding something that stood out to me was when I first started working at Women in Need. I had a little boy who was having a behavioral concern, which is typical in a classroom. I thought that by having him go outside to get some fresh air and look at other outside community things, that maybe he can get a chance to discuss what he was feeling. So we was sitting on the porch and I was pointing out to him cars and trees and colors, and I pointed out a school bus. And I thought that the child would say, well, that's a school bus. Have you been on a school bus? And he responded to me, yes. So I thought he would say to me, well, I've been on a school bus to go to school. And instead he connected the school bus as coming from PATH, the way they're transported into our shelters. So that impacted me in a way where, a child's sense of connection with a school bus is more targeted to their situation other than a school setting.
I've had several incidences that has tugged at me emotionally, but one of the most is that I've had a family here recently who I'm grateful to say that we just moved out, and she was facing several challenges with both her daughter's mildly retardation and herself, and her being afraid to want to embark back into society again and learning how to live as a human being, and coaching her and actually going out on to advocate for her to look for an apartment was really, really, really a challenge. And her being afraid, the fear was, that stagnated her from just like, and we finally got her out at the counseling, the nourishing here. She, we supported her full force, and she finally just leaped out on faith, and we walked her through it, and I was able to move her 2 weeks ago, and it was a wonderful experience.
Jenny Clark Residence is considered a mid-sized shelter. So we have 73 apartments, and at capacity, which we've been, obviously, especially with the recession, we can hold up to 300 people. About 200 of the population are children, and we have about 100 adults. The goal is to have people stay here for 6 months, working towards the housing subsidy. Each unit, we have studios up to 3 bedrooms, and some of the 3 bedrooms even have 3 bathrooms. So it's actually nice because some shelters, which majority of them do, they share the common areas, the living rooms and the bathrooms. Here they don't, and you're on the Upper East Side. So this is definitely one of the nicer end shelters if you went around the city. Someone the other day, we had a meeting here, they called it like the Cadillac of shelters. So I'm pretty proud of that. But we put a lot of effort into making it comfortable and really making it an experience of empowering the clients and educating them and showing them something different. So we have a lot of different volunteer organizations like the New York Junior League who comes. We offer cooking classes, teach healthy eating, yoga for the kids, book writing. So we really try to show them other things that what's great is when they move out and they come back and let you know how well they're doing. So that makes us really proud.
Here at Jenny Clark, there's always ways that we have to be creative. We feel that giving the children an opportunity to explore, to feel comfortable, to make it a setting where it's home-like, where they're able to sit on the floor, where they're able to play a board game without being interrupted and having a space to move around. A lot of the times the families have to be contained because it depends on the family composition. We hope to always give them an opportunity where they can develop. And so we always try to have planned activities that can engage them and give them experiences that they could take with them. It's important to have color and make it live and make it homey. So that's something that we always try to do here at Jenny Clark. We try to make sure that we give them an opportunity for growth.